Happy Monday morning. I need to change my view on here so I can see everybody. Grab your friends and have them get on. We are covering the last bit of this book before we wrap up, and we start a new book for next month. And I was like, where is that other book? Because I was going to grab it and show you what it is so that you guys can get it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I had to go do that. I have no pants on, so I didn't want to like get up and show you guys all my goods. Just kidding. I just want to make you laugh first thing this morning while you're telling all your friends to get on. Okay, so last week, I'm going to get started, right? You guys are like, okay, let's do this, because last week you were like 2 sections short because you talked too much. Oh my God, and my dog's outside and I forgot him. Oh, I might have to make you pause again. All right, before I go do that. I covered what I think was skill 4 and 5 last week, and I kind of talked too long, and we had some really important stuff to talk about last week, as much as I could probably go for an hour today because I have so much I could talk about. So skill 6 and 7. We covered skill 6 a little bit throughout this, but I want to go a little deeper on this. So skill 6 is helping your new distributor get started right. And I think I talked a little on this last week, so some of it's repeating. Just take some notes and move on. The game plan interview I've covered. It's if you don't have a game plan interview for you or your team, make sure that you gather one. Go to Eric's book. He starts one for you, and then just pull the pieces that fit with your company or your team. So a couple things you want in that is to validate their decision, congratulate them on getting started in their experience, set their expectations, which I'm going to talk about a little bit in the last couple of chapters of this book, is really setting expectations correct in network marketing. Make sure they have all the appropriate tools, connect them to your team or your upline, have a basic understanding of the compensation plan. They don't need to be a genius comp plan person overnight, but make sure that you can answer some of those questions. And if you can't, you have someone that can. If there's one thing that bothers me a lot in this business and in certain companies, and I can say that there's some of that going on in our own company, is telling people that they don't need to know the comp plan and they can go all the way to the top. I just think that's one of the worst business pieces that you can agree or disagree. People can fight over this if they want to. I think it's one of the worst pieces of business advice you can give to a new promoter. We are asking them to join a business, be serious about their business. Unless they're just looking for a hobby, then that's fine. That's totally fine. But if you have somebody coming in that you're going to do a game plan interview with, and they really want to go to the top and make good money and replace their job potentially and have future residuals down the road, telling them that they don't need to learn the comp plan to get all the way to the top of the company, I just think is piss poor advice, because you're asking them to join a business and treat it like a business, but then you're not duplicating, showing them to treat their money important, because the comp plan is the money, and that is something they do need to learn. I'll take an example from where we're headed right now, is to open up some other countries, and to go, the minute you start talking to different landscapes of people that have done network marketing in the past, or are involved in network marketing, or know that this is a better way, they just haven't found the right company, they're going to start asking you about your compensation plan. You have to be ready, armed to answer those questions. And if you don't, you need to have somebody in your team or your upline that can help you answer those questions. So one thing I say is, like, in your first month or so, no, you don't need to be a genius at the comp plan, but you sure as heck better start learning it, because there's going to be people who want to know it. And if you don't seem confident about your business and being able to explain how you make money, why would someone want to join you in making money? That I don't understand. I'm not saying that people haven't gotten to the top without knowing their comp plan in depth and being able to explain it. Fine, that does happen, but you are going to turn some people off by not knowing it. So that is, I think, a key component, is making sure that you do learn that at some point. Fundamental understanding of how to invite. Make sure you're doing positive early reinforcement for these new people. Make sure they get their first customer or first distributor within those first few days, because one small act really quick in a positive direction will keep them engaged in their business. Nothing happens in their first 2 weeks, and it's going to be hard to keep them motivated to keep going. Make sure you get them to their first event. In this world, it's a little digital. We're going to talk about events next, but get them to their first event. Steps to help them get their first commission check, and then celebrate that check with them big time. They just earned money in their new business, which doesn't happen when, I think we have an unmuter set if you're near the, thank you. When a lot of that doesn't happen in a regular brick and mortar business, and we're going to talk a little bit about that too. And then give them some simple assignments. We need them to get over that line, that first line of, I've made a little bit of money, or I got some new customers on, or whatever that positive piece is in the very first beginning of their business. You've got to get them over that line, but give them some simple assignments. This is their business. They have to go out and start doing some of those things, right? So in our team, we put together this entire process so that they know every single day what they're supposed to do for the first 2 weeks in their business. They have everything done and ready for them, but they have to actually go do it. We're not expecting them to know what to do or how to do it, but we've given them all of the tools to do it, so they can very easily go and put those in and start learning the process. So simple assignments so you can get them over that first line. And then, oh, there's a part in the book, and then I got to pause you guys out for 1 second before my dog has an aneurysm on the porch because I won't let him inside, as if it's like freezing or something. What can help get a person over the line? Just a few examples: signing up the first customer, signing up the first distributor, getting their first commission check, attending a big company event, making friends inside the organization, proclaiming their intentions to the world, getting promoted to a new level, or being recognized for some sort of achievement. Take those things, put them in a list, keep them in your phone, keep them in your onboarding process or strategy, so that when you have a new person come on, you can check off that list and make sure you're helping them celebrate small little things and being excited with them and for them. Okay. You're not to do this whole thing for them. They need to be a little excited about their own business, but having a little bit of a cheerleader in the beginning of their business is super helpful. Give me 2 seconds to let this Chihuahua in. He's not really a Chihuahua, but. I usually remember to do all that before I start this, and I forgot he was out there. So, okay, let's go on to skill number 7, promoting events. This was a good one, good topic for me this week, because we have our company event this coming week, and I am stoked to be heading out there. I didn't think I was going to be able to go this year. I've never missed one. Well, last year, I think we all missed it because of the events in the world taking place, and we weren't sure if they were going to do it this year. So I didn't plan for this time frame and didn't think I was going to be able to go, but I am so excited that I'm able to go. And this is a little bit different year because not so many people can go, just because of the way things have been. And I'm just excited to get around everybody, see what, new stuff is happening. If you've ever heard the saying, leaders are born in events, it's because these events will inspire and provoke and give ideas. And I will never forget the first event that Haas and Sydney got to go to. First big company type event. It was a trip. It wasn't a convention, but it was one of our rewards trips in Las Vegas. And I remember Haas saying to me, sorry, I'm totally going to throw this out there. It's not a bad thing. It's totally a good thing, because this is complete transparency of what happens when you go to an event, a company event. He's like 2 days in, and he's looking around at all the people and the events we're having and the cocktail party and, just being around the hotel, because there's hundreds and thousands of us, right? And he looks at me one day and he's like at the second rank of the company at this point. And he looks at me and he's like, dude, if those people got to the top of the company, it's on. I'm so there. And it only took him a little while longer to reach the top of the company, because guess what? He looked around and saw people just like him. Or, maybe he thought, if they can do this, I can so do this. That was the first thing I said when I was watching the person who got me involved in the business. I was like, man, if she can do it, I can so do this. you have to be able to relate to other people. Like you see on social media, these flashy things and the highlight reel of these people who've made it to the top of the company. And then you see them in real person sometimes and you're like, what? Like, wait a second. When you go to company events, you start to relate and realize that the people who have done this are just like you. You can do the same thing they can do. It is so valuable to just see that, to just see that part, to just see that piece. You've got it. You've got what it takes. And to be around like-minded people who are on the same journey. And I'm not saying like-minded people who all want to make money. I'm saying like-minded people who want a better life for them and their family. You need to get around that and see it and hear it and feel it. And get other ideas from other people and what are they doing on their team and how can I implement that in mine? It's such a great place to fill your cup. Sometimes I don't like that saying because it sounds hokey. Oh, squirrel, time out, total squirrel, listen up. If you watched my stories yesterday, I'm drinking my moon water right now. And I just want you to know how good I feel. Okay. So if you don't know what moon water is, you should go to my stories because it's still in there and it's fun. Did you drink all your sunshine? Dude, did I put something in this? No, I'm just kidding. It's too early for that. So I had somebody message me in from my stories yesterday, just FYI Sunshine. And for those of you who follow this process, because this did not come from me, Sunshine, someone that found this and showed it to us a long time ago. But I saw that there was a full moon coming, a pink full moon. And I'm doing it for 3 days because it says that this moon over the course of 3 days is powerful enough that you can do that for more than one night. So I'm doing it again tonight. I'm doing it again the next day. But I had somebody in my stories say something that I thought was pretty interesting because she does this, I'm assuming kind of often because she seemed to be very intelligent on this process. And she said that you should probably not chug it all at one time because the water can be pretty powerful. And you should maybe sip on it and take it slowly throughout the morning, or she didn't really give a time frame. Just saying, maybe we should do some research on that. I put it in Ken's shake this morning. He has no idea. No, I'm just kidding. I did tell him. Okay, let's get back to the business here. So destination events have the biggest impact, something magical about getting away from your day-to-day. That's the other thing that I think is so important about this is you're getting away from your day-to-day, regular, everyday life and going and spending it totally focused on your business. Think of this as a skill. If you are a publicly traded company and your stock value is tied directly to how many people you have at each destination event. If that were the case, you would make it a priority to always have a bigger number at the next event, wouldn't you? You might start with just one at your first event, but the goal needs to be to bring some people with you the next one and to grow that number and the next one and the next one and the next one. There is no such thing as a silver bullet in network marketing, but this skill is as close to it can get. Meaning inviting to events. Now, this world, the way it is right now, makes it a little bit difficult for the in-person events all the time, but there are other events, and I think Sydney talked a little bit about that last week. Let's see, next, I got to try to get through all of this without, going over my time again and not finishing the book up. And stay tuned because I'm going to announce the next book, okay? So, last couple chapters, chapter 11, anything worthwhile takes time. Some notes on that. Think about having a brick and mortar store. Well, let me go back just a second. The expectation is that people have about network marketing is to get their money all back in the first week or month. Almost ridiculous. I mean, there's some companies that's possible. Okay. So pay attention to what you're getting yourself involved in. But unfortunately, the outside world, uneducated in network marketing, thinks that you're supposed to have a return on investment in your first 30 days or less. You're supposed to get rich by the second or third month. And you're supposed to be completely financially free by the fourth month, or network marketing doesn't work. Your cousin Bobby's telling you so, right? It's like we've set these completely unrealistic expectations. And I don't know that we have, but the world has. The world, he talks about in this book, we do have a better way. We definitely have a better way, but we need to set better expectations. People, oh my God, the dogs are on my nerves this morning. People do and don't want the laws of the real business world to apply to network marketing. It's like they do want when they want to hate on us, they want the real laws of business to apply to network marketing, but they don't want them to apply to network marketing when they want you to make money in your first 30 days. Like, that's not what real business does. Real business takes time to build. You don't get rich quick overnight. That's a pyramid scheme. It's like they want it to be that, but they don't want it to be that, right? We need to set proper expectations. We need to educate people better without being defensive about our industry, but we need to put better expectations out there. When you're getting somebody new started in the business, make sure they understand what happens in the first 30, 60, 90 days. The game plan interview is one of the most important tools that you can have in your arsenal for this process. We want to make sure they understand how much time they're going to have to put in to get to the spot they want to get. Ask them those questions so that there isn't any confusion down the road why they didn't get to financial freedom by month 3 or 4. Learn this lesson early. Your income can take a jump or a dump from time to time. You need to grow as a person in these times and not go on a spending spree or hop companies. So 2 things happen. Your income goes on momentum and it takes a huge jump, and you're like, network marketers, anybody can get recruited and anybody can get recruited. Doesn't mean they have any good sense on how to use their money wisely, right? We're not here to be financial advice. Well, unless financial advising is the network marketing company that you're involved in, but we're not here to be financial advisors. We're here to coach you, teach you, and mentor you how to grow a business. But along the way, as a good coach, mentor, or leader, maybe making some suggestions about putting some of their money away and not jumping into, a totally different lifestyle without being ready for that. Or be pretty confident in yourself that you can build that ginormous business. I'm saying this as I was month 3 into this business and we bought a new house that we couldn't afford. I was really, putting myself in a position that I had no way out. I like to do that to myself a lot. Causes a lot of stress, paying for it now. So make sure you learn that lesson early, that when your business, it will go on momentum streaks. It will go on momentum streaks for a month. It can go on a momentum streak for 3 years. You can make buku bucks. Great. Build your base. Build it big, build it wide, build it deep, build it, build it, build it. Don't spend it, spend it, spend it. And personal develop yourself through that entire process, because when your business, and it will, stop momentum and it takes a dip, because it will, I promise you it will, you don't want to have set yourself up to feel like you're failing. And it's so easy to get yourself trapped in that mindset. Just because your business takes a dip does not mean that it's worth jumping to another company to go on another momentum streak. Because here's what's going to happen to your residual income idea. Because all you're doing is going into momentum, collecting a bunch of money, spending it, hopping to another company, jumping through momentum, collecting a bunch of money, jumping to another company, going through momentum, jump to another company. You've never even built any residuals now. All you've done is gotten quick cash, quick side job cash. And that is not what this is meant to be. This is meant to be a long-term, successful, residual, financial freedom type company, type decision, type opportunity. So learn this lesson early on. Consistency and long-term growth will only happen if you stay the course. Even keel. No high highs, no low lows. Stay the middle of the road, stay consistent, learn new ways, but keep on your track, keep on your path. You're going to go through momentum, ride it, ride it, ride it, tuck the money away. Then when you go through the lows, it won't feel so low because you tuck the money away. Ride out the low. It's going to happen. You'll have people quit. They'll go to another company. There'll be those company jumpers that think the grass is greener on their side. Don't be one of them. And just grow through those times. Personal develop, personal develop, personal develop. Build your business at the same time, but you have to grow into a person that can run a big organization, a team, take the blows when the blows come, and take the highs when the highs come. Okay. 1357 rule. I need to grab the book for this because I need to refer back to it to say it correctly. The 1-3-5-7 formula. There's a formula I've seen work in our profession. I call it the 1-3-5-7 formula. As a general rule, it will take you about 1 year to become competent and profitable in network marketing. You know the basics, you'll cover the expenses, you'll be learning. It will take about 3 years of consistent part-time effort in order to go to full-time. Here's expectations we need to set. Because in all reality, I've done a disservice to people when they want to jump out of their full-time job when they get to a certain point, and maybe that was just momentum carrying them there, right? So it's going to take them 3 years of consistent part-time effort in order to really go full-time in this industry. Are there exceptions to every rule? Yes, there are exceptions to every rule. It will take about 5 years of consistent effort to become a 6-figure earner or above. 5 years, you guys. 5 years. Some people think that they get involved in network marketing and in their first year, they need to become a 6-figure earner or it doesn't work. Baloney. We're talking 6-figure earner in 5 years. That's residual if you go at it the right way. So 5 years in, you're making 6 figures because you did all the things you're supposed to do. You were consistent in your business for those 5 years. You learned, you grew, you went through momentum, you built team, you stuck with the same company, you kept on the same path. 5 years, you're now making not just $100,000 or more a year salary, you're making that residually now. That's going to keep paying you continuously, and it's going to keep growing past that 6 figures. And it will take about 7 years of consistent effort to become an expert. If you've only been in network marketing for 2 or 3 years and you expect yourself to be an expert, go back to the drawing board. You need to learn more, do more. Especially if you didn't have business in your background or ran a business prior to being in network marketing. Some people might take a little bit faster track. They owned a business. They've got a business degree. They've got a marketing degree. They've run a company. Like there's some people who are going to have a little bit more experience. It might move through that 1-3-5-7 faster, but those are the averages. Make sure you're setting the proper expectations for yourself and for the people that you're bringing on board. Okay. Couple of just notes to when you're going through your 1, 3, and 5, 7 years, right? Couple of notes. Model successful behavior, not highlight reels, successful behavior. Watch what people are doing, not just what they're posting on social media, because anybody can portray an image on social media that looks like they're actually doing something and creating success. You can figure out pretty quickly who's doing the do and has been successful. Right? So follow successful behavior. If you don't really see in their real life them taking jumps, them bettering themselves, them outgrowing some people in their circle, them doing more personal development, them bringing in a new circle of people around them doing some different things and getting out of their comfort zone. Model successful behavior, okay? Not the people who are portraying just an image on their highlight reel. Study, study, study. There's your personal development. Study like crazy. Fraser Brooks does an incredible presentation on stage. I've asked him to do it a couple of times for us, where he just puts his foot in one place and kind of goes around in a circle with his other foot. He's like, personal development, personal development, personal development, personal development. And then I can't even remember what the last word is. Maybe Sydney or Sunshine can remember. But it's like, we spend way too much time on personal development and not action, which is my last point on this section, is taking action. You can do a lot of personal development, and you should, because you will become a completely different person in so many ways by becoming a part of a network marketing company and treating it like a business, because you're going to go through some major growth. But you need to personal develop through that and take the study time on for yourself. Okay. Even if it's just 10 minutes a day, a chapter a day or 2 of a book, make sure you're using some time to personally develop, but you have to take action on those skills. Events. We talked about that already. Make sure you're getting to events, whether they're virtual or in person. Get to as many as you can. They will grow you. They will fill your cup. And then learn how to do the events yourself. That is huge. I'm going to get into that in just a second. Be careful of distractions. Master your basic first 1 to 7 skills in this book first. Until you've mastered how to invite and how to follow up and how to onboard correctly, don't be going and learning other things like how to do TikTok videos or reels on Instagram. I'm sorry. Learn your skills first, because you can do all the reels and the TikTok challenges you want. What are you going to do with those people if you don't know the first 1 through 7 skills, the basics? What are you going to do with them? I'd love to hear it. Oh, I got a bunch of followers on TikTok because I did some videos of my products, or I did some reels and I posted in my stories because I learned how to do the fancy stuff. But I mean, I haven't recruited anybody. You know how much I see that? Because we're so worried about duplicating these skills that are on social media for people. And we never learned how to invite, how to prospect, how to follow up, how to onboard somebody. We never even learned how to do that. So we got all these followers on Instagram. We got all these. I did it opposite. I have no followers on Instagram, you guys. Listen, I've created $1 million team. I have 200 followers on Instagram. Okay. Learn the skills. I know the skills. I have that down. Now I'm going to grow my Instagram account. I had like 300 friends on Facebook when I started with the current company I'm with. That was 5.5 years ago. This girl had 300 friends on Facebook. That's it. I learned the skills first. Then I worried about the rest later. All the rest is great for attracting some new people, but if you don't know what to do with them once you get them, it's pointless. It's pointless. Okay. So I think I made my example on that. We don't need to go over that anymore. Take action, take action, take action. Plan, do, review. I'll do this really quick because we got 3 minutes left and I have one more section to cover. Make a plan of what you want to cover. Make a plan of what you want to accomplish. Then go do it. Go do it, go do it, go do it, go do it. Give yourself 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Go do the plan exactly how you planned it out. And then go review it. What worked? What didn't work? What should we do different next time? Plan, do, review. Good section in the book. Go learn it. It's one of the most important things you could do, like every 90 days in quarters of the year. Plan it, do it, then review it. Plan it, do it, then review it. Pretty soon you'll get really good at what works and what doesn't work, right? Teaching me, and if you're not planning, doing, and reviewing, and you're wondering why you're still stuck in the same spot and you're hitting your head up against a brick wall because you keep doing the same things and they're not working, start over. Plan it, do it, review it. Stop doing the things that don't work. Start something new. It's okay to make some changes along the way. Teaching, become good enough at what you're being taught to teach it. Once you can teach it, you are working your way up to that professional level. No more longer a poser, right? Learn it, do it, learn it, do it, learn it, do it, teach it. That's what I started doing. I started teaching it because the more I would teach it, the better I would become at it. The more I would teach it, the more people followed me. The more I would teach it, the better I just became at it. And so did my people. Association. Check who you associated with, K-peeps. We say this all the time. The 5 closest people to you, the 5 closest people to you, you're the average, not the best of them. You're the average. If you are the best of them, you need to upgrade your circle. I'm not saying get rid of your friends or even your teammates. I'm just saying upgrade your circle. You don't want to be the top of the 5 you're around, or you're not going to grow to the next level. It's okay to outgrow people. Some people will be upset with that. That's because they're not growing. Leave them there. They'll do in due time. People will take stabs at your growth. Just ignore it. Keep moving forward. This life is yours. It is not theirs. You need to go and do what you have to do to grow yourself. And they just get uncomfortable with it. They just have to stay stuck in that spot. Let them be mad that they're uncomfortable in their spot, and you just keep growing, because that's what you're here to do. Last but not least, the very last chapter, it's all worth it, you guys. Network marketing is a better way. You are going to find freedom from that 9 to 5, freedom from worrying about bills, freedom from, at a certain point, freedom from what other people think of you. You won't care anymore because the freedom says it all. I had a good friend in network marketing post something yesterday I commented on. I can't remember who said this, but I was like, that was the lesson I learned in the last year. Literally the lesson. I thought I got involved for the money, not because money is everything to me in any way, shape, or form, but I just thought I was getting involved because the money would lead me to all these places. No, I actually just said this in the last few weeks. I'm kind of changing up a few things in my life. I went after this for the freedom. I didn't realize that until now. I went after this for the freedom. I want to be able to say this summer, I want to go spend my time in my backyard. I want to work like 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, 4 hours a day, 4 days a week, and swim in my pool the rest of the time. That's why I built this. I want freedom to do what I want, when I want, where I want, how I want, and with who I want, period. I did it for the freedom. You're going to impact a lot of lives. It's all worth it. You are going to impact so many lives. You're going to wake up some mornings and be like, dang, I just changed another life yesterday. There's not many career paths that you can have time freedom, money freedom, and impact a lot of lives. You're going to meet a ton of great people along the way, a ton of them. It's so worth it. You are going to grow your network like nothing you've ever grown before. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, Amy. It's going to be amazing. It's such a journey. Do you know how many people I have in my life that actually, I mean, social media is one thing. I have a lot of people who are in my corner and root for me. Don't you want that? It is so worth it. The places you're going to go because of your network marketing business, I can't even tell you how much we've traveled in the last 5.5 years is insane. The places we've gone, the people we've met on those journeys, all because of network marketing, all because of this team, all because of our company, all because of the freedom, the time and money freedom to be able to go where we want, when we want, how we want, with whoever we want, and not worry about the money part. And then the person you're going to become. The person you're going to become is going to be so much different than the person you were when you started. Stay on the journey, keep personal developing. I think this is, I will say, and people can agree or disagree, this is one of the only industries or career paths you can take that is going to personal develop you in the way that this industry does. It can be good, it can be bad, it can be ugly. Most of the time it's really good. Where people come from and where they get to, those stories, I never get sick of seeing those or hearing those. I never get sick of being a part of those. Going to impact lives. So go out there, and if you haven't got this book yet, please go get the book. I promise you it will be worth it. If you have followed along all 4 of these weeks, but you didn't have the book, go get it, read it, catch up. All these recordings are recorded and placed in our pages, so you can always reference back to them too. Sunshine's going to be on tomorrow with you guys, Sydney on Wednesday, and I think Haas is on with us Thursday. And next month we are going to do this book, Get Over Your Damn Self, okay, by Rami Newstead. You can go grab it. It's the No BS blueprint to building a life-changing business. I have said that I believe she is the girl version in a snarky, fun, fantastic way. She is a network marketer. She is at the top of her game. She's also, I believe, an attorney in her background. I can't remember now. Something like that. She was had a very professional career before even getting involved in network marketing. So she's a great story to reference when you're talking to people who are already successful in their path and you're trying to offer them network marketing. But she goes through some things that you need to change and get over and do or not do. It's kind of like Eric's book, but just from a snarky female perspective. So we're going to go through that all of next month. So grab your copy, dig in, and we will get started next week on that. May is going to be a fantastic month for everybody. I can feel it in my bones. So I can feel it in my water. It's part of my intentions I set with my moon water. If you haven't done your moon water, go check out my stories and do your moon water tonight. Let's have fun. See you.